for foreigners that abroad, they don't quite get the impact that 9/11 had on our country. And so they don't grasp it, and you wouldn't expect them to, but you know, we try to explain what it did to the American psyche, why, you know, we responded the way we did. And you know, this is very tragic to say. You know, I spent time in Norway, but you may have, you know, seen obviously the horrific terrorist incident they had, homegrown terrorism, a year ago, on July 22nd. And I'm sure all those people that I had lots of conversations trying to explain 9/11 now sadly get it a little bit. I mean, again, it's quite different, but
so explosive.
right. I mean, in terms of how it can impact a society. Now, Norway's reacted in its own way, as the United States reacts in a different way. But you know, again, it's if you don't have you don't have a shared common experience, people don't necessarily sympathize in the way that you might expect them to. The one thing we tend to overdo is like, okay, 9/11 was a horrific experience for the United States, no question. It wasn't for the rest of the world, right? And so, telling the world every year on the anniversary of 9/11, remember this, they've got their own problems, frankly, and so that doesn't resonate. But telling them, look, we had this experience, this has shaped who we are today, this is why we're approaching it, that's good. But it's not, so to your question, it's not so much that we want everybody to continue to sympathize with us over what happened, that we lost 3,000 citizens on one tragic day, but rather that's part of our history and has shaped us. And let's talk about the issues that we all face today, and that's, the whole question of, whether it's, you call it global war on terror, or how you're combating terrorism, is that we need to all be thinking about these potential threats. It can happen anywhere.
Right.
And, it can be a crazy in Norway, or it could be a group that actually is trying to do harm. And what we've tried to do out of the 9/11 experience is obviously to build the international coalitions and cooperation so that we're able to prevent future attacks. And everybody seems to want to have an interest in it, and that's sort of the untold story, the great level of cooperation that in fact has taken place since 9/11, that is in fact continuing on today.